You ever land on a website and just wonder, where does all this stuff actually come from? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really cool student project that connects a simple web app to a super powerful cloud database, Amazon Aurora. Let's dive into how they pulled it off.
So if you look at it, it's just a simple web page, right? It's got a form for names and addresses. But the real magic, the really cool part, is happening behind the scenes. This little page is talking to a high-performance, world-class database that's running in the cloud. So we're going to break down exactly how that connection was made. And what's really amazing is that this was a student project. It's just a perfect example of how anybody, even if you're just starting out, can get your hands on these incredibly powerful tools and build something real.
And get this, the whole thing was done in just an hour and a half. Seriously, think about that for a second. The kind of setup that used to take days, maybe even weeks of complicated work, can now be done in less time than it takes to watch a movie. That right there is the power of the cloud. Okay, so what is this piece of tech that makes all this possible? Let's talk about the database at the heart of it, Amazon Aurora.
So Amazon Aurora is a database that was literally built from the ground up for the cloud. And the key phrase here is fully managed. Think of it like this. It's like running a fully serviced apartment. You don't have to worry about the plumbing, the electricity, any of that. It's all just handled for you. AWS takes care of all the tricky back-end stuff, so you can just focus on your app.
So why would you pick Aurora? Well, first off, it is incredibly fast. We're talking up to 5 times faster than a standard MySQL database. It's also scalable, which just means it can grow right alongside your app. So if your website suddenly goes viral overnight, Aurora can handle that massive spike in traffic, no sweat. Plus, it handles all the boring but absolutely crucial stuff like backups and failover all on its own. For a developer, that is a huge weight off your shoulders. But, of course, no project is that easy. It never is, right? Our student developer hit their first roadblock almost right away, just trying to get access to the server.
The plan seemed simple enough. Just use a local terminal to connect to the web server, in this case, an EC2 instance, which is basically a virtual computer in the cloud. Just use a standard SSH command. It's pretty bread and butter stuff for cloud development. But yeah, it didn't quite go as planned.
And it failed. Permission denied. Oh man, every single developer knows the feeling of that error message. It's just like the server is looking at you and saying, nope, not today. It's a classic roadblock, and trust me, I've been there more times than I can count. So, what happened? The command was right, the server address was right, the key file was there. What was the missing piece?
And the fix, believe it or not, was surprisingly simple. It wasn't the command that was wrong. It was the permissions on the private key file itself. It was too open, which, from a security standpoint, is a big no-no. A single command, chmod 400, locks it down so only you can read it, and just like that, access granted. It's a great little reminder that sometimes it's the simple security basics that matter most.
Okay, so with that first hurdle cleared, it was time for the main event, actually getting the web app to talk to the Aurora database.
You can think of this whole thing like a secret club. To get inside, you got to know the secret handshake. And in this case, the app needs to give the database the right credentials to prove it's allowed in. And here it is. This is the secret handshake, written in code. This little file, dbinfo.inc, holds all the keys to the kingdom: the database server address, the username, and the password. This is definitely the kind of file you want to keep under lock and key, because it's literally the gateway to all of your data. All right, the stage is set. The server access is working, the app has the secret handshake. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Is this whole thing actually going to work? Before we check out this shiny final product, let's pop the hood and go behind the scenes. We're going to connect directly to the database and make sure the data is actually in there. It's kind of like checking to make sure you have all the ingredients before you start baking the cake. And there we go. A simple SQL command, select star from employees, basically tells the database, hey, show me everything you've got in the employees table. And you can see it right there, Mac and Jimmy, along with their addresses. This is our proof. The data is in the database, safe and sound. Okay, so the data's there, we know that for sure. Now let's see how this all comes together in the final product that a user would actually see on the web.
And boom, there it is. The exact same data we just saw in that command line terminal now displayed nicely on the web page. The most important thing here is that this isn't just some static copy. The web page is pulling this information live from the database in real time. If we went and added a new employee to our database, their name would instantly pop up on this page. It's a living, breathing connection.
You know, I love this little reflection from the student who built this. It's such a great insight. The whole process, controlling a powerful cloud server and database, was all done right from their own laptop's terminal. It really brings it home that you can manage this massive global infrastructure right from your own desk.
So let's just end on this thought. A student, with just a laptop and an internet connection, built a fully functional web application connected to a world-class database in 90 minutes. It's such a powerful reminder that the tools to build pretty much anything you can imagine are right at our fingertips. So the only question left is, what will you build with them?